These aren't rules for women. They're standards for my time. You're free to do whatever you want. These are mine. If I plan a date and something comes up, that's fine, no problem. But it's on you to offer the next availability. I lead, I don't chase. Early dating is not sponsorship. If you're asking me to fund basics that you should already be doing, we're not aligned. I'm not looking for a woman to pay, but I am looking to see if you want to contribute. Your effort matters and will be noticed. And I'm not even gonna let you pay, but I wanna see you offer. At some point, I want to hear you say the words thank you to either me or the waitstaff. Just once, at least once. Gratitude costs nothing, and it shows everything. If I offer to pick you up or to send a car, I expect you to be ready on time. Respect for time is respect for the person. I live an active life. If movement or working out together feels like a chore, we are not compatible. I don't need constant texting, but I do need mutual effort. There's a difference between being busy and being disengaged. Basic hygiene is not negotiable. It's not about perfection. It's about self-respect. I'm drawn to feminine, warm, nurturing energy. That's not something I teach. It's something I notice. And this one matters. I don't date women who don't take accountability. If everything is always everyone else's fault, there will be no future. Growth requires responsibility on both sides. These aren't demands, they're filters. And the right woman doesn't argue with standards. She fits them.
I'm not wrong for thinking this chick is crazy being married, right?
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
I'm Jazz.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Dior.
you.
Where you from?
I'm from Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
What part? Houston?
Hell no.
Hell no. You said hell no. You don't like Houston?
I'm just not from Houston.
Nah. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You live out here?
Huh?
You live out here?
No, with my sister.
You have Instagram I can get?
I can't. My
Why?
husband will whoop my ass. I'm married.
You got a husband?
I'm married.
Where your ring at?
Huh?
Where your ring
I
at?
took it off. I don't need to wear it.
You took it off.
I took it off.
Why you took your ring
I'm
off?
on vacation. Why do I need to wear a ring on vacation?
Yo, there's no way you gonna tell me this is a good wife right here. Not only is she entertaining dude, but she shook his hand, giving him the time of day. Like for me, real wives don't play that, bro. They like leave people on red in person. They straight up ignore them. And if it gets to that point, yo, leave me alone before I scream or I'm married, leave me alone. Like they just walk away from the situation. They don't entertain at all. This chick telling him where she lives, all this she entertaining them. And then he asks for her IG and she's like, nah, my husband will whoop my. I mean, if your husband FaceTimes you and find out you're not wearing your ring, he's not gonna whoop your. Cause that's the next thing. He was like, yo, you not wearing no ring? She's like, nah, man, I'm on vacation. I took it off. Like, I'm not gonna wear my ring on vacation. Like, you're not gonna represent that you married on vacation? Like, nah, when I'm on vacation, I'm not married no more. Like, this is the type of chick this is. Like, maybe he wasn't that dude, but guaranteed if the right dude came along, her type of dude that looked the way she wanted him to look and be how she wanted him to be, oh yeah, she not married. Nah, we good. I'm on vacation. I could do what I want. Then I go back home to my husband. These are the chicks you gotta watch out for. I can't believe she's even married. Her husband must not be that kind of dude with good discernment. Hell no. Like he said, oh, you look good. That's it. Good time, not a long time. You do not marry good time, but not a long time. This is just a fact. You leave them chicks in the streets, bro.
Okay, so there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay, 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11" or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into 6 figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high-value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this, and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want. You can ask for a billionaire if you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is, hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and find yourself someone.
I'm not ready for a relationship. What do you mean? We met on a dating app. I mean, like, what exactly were you ready for? A group project? A pen pal? Because I don't remember the app having a trauma recovery networking section, okay? You can't swipe right, match, flirt for 3 weeks, and then suddenly hit me with, I'm just not in the right place mentally. Oh, really? Because your bio said looking for something real, okay? Not looking to waste time until I heal from Chad. All right, so don't get me wrong, I respect honesty, but maybe say that before we start trauma bonding over childhood pets and favorite pizza toppings. Not after I already introduced you to my emotional stability, okay? And then they always act like it's deep, like, yeah, I just need to focus on me right now. Okay, cool, but could you have focused on you without using me as your practice boyfriend? All right, so yeah, I'm not ready for a relationship, but you were ready to text 24/7, share playlists, and tell me about your attachment style. Interesting. Okay, so stop saying you're not ready. Just say you got bored. It's fine. And it's cheaper than therapy.
Boys choose easier relationships. Men choose relationships that require growth. That difference shows up the moment effort is needed. When plans need to be followed through, when words need to turn into actions, when consistency is expected without reminders. Growth does not demand perfection, it demands responsibility. A woman with standards does not chase clarity. She does not beg for consistency. She does not lower herself to keep him comfortable. She expects maturity, and that expectation filters boys out immediately. Men who are ready to rise, boys look for what feels easier. Easy forgiveness, easy excuses, an easy life with no expectations. And when they cannot meet her, they give it a name. She is too much. Not because she is, but because meeting her would require more than they are willing to give. Here's the part women need to hear. When a man disappears, the moment you stop making it easy, he did not lose interest. He lost cover. And if your standards make him feel like a boy, it's because he never chose to become a man.
Most women aren't ready for the responsibility that comes with a stable man, because stability doesn't feed your need for emotional roller coasters. It doesn't scratch that itch for unpredictable validation. For women raised in dysfunction, peace feels boring until you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, and a woman who's emotionally regulated, not reactive, not reckless. Stay solid. Good men don't bend. They build. And the right woman rises to meet him.
Oh, I think this woman read my book. Wow. This is exactly why I tell men always stay in your frame. Because what she's saying is if you stay within your frame, you set your boundaries and you don't tolerate any from your woman, regardless how emotional she gets on her roller coaster, you just stay solid. It's my rules. This is what I'm sticking to. You either like it, stay, or if you don't like it, there's the door. Those are the only two choices you get. She knows that, hey, I have a good man. He's a solid man. I'm going to stop testing him. The more a man stays in his frame, that's what she's describing, frame. As long as he stays in his frame and she has to come in and live within his frame, she will stay. The man who keeps moving with her emotion shows the woman that this man is not stable. He's not strong enough to hold me within his frame. The second I push, the frame starts to wobble, it starts to break. And every time he gives me my way, he collapses. That is not a strong man. She don't respect that man. She cannot respect that man.
I really like what he's saying here. What these modern women mean is, I think a lot of these ladies know they're going to go off the deep end. And so they're saying, well, you know, I need a man. I need a foundation. That's why they're putting all the pressure on you I expect a man to plan a date. Plan it all from, top to bottom. And then I can come in and sprinkle, my little salt and pepper touch on top. I expect you to do that, right? I expect you to make those decisions because I have too much stuff going on in my head. I'm jumbled. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to turn to you and say, hey, does this dress make me look fat? Because there's so many factors. I just need a yes or no, right? What are we having for dinner tonight? Where are we going? Just tell me what to wear and I'll figure. I already got that part of it. They think that's, of value, but, and I guess to a degree the effort is, but it doesn't equate to money. You know what I mean? Well, if I get dressed up and I do this, and this, that's valuable. It is, but it doesn't equate to you saying, okay, you owe me $200. That's where you have the problem, right? But that's why they want you. I need a man to be my rock. I need a man to be solid for me, because they already know, and most modern women know this. Their world is so chaotic. It's so spread out. Even the boss babes, their brain is scrambled a lot of times, right? Obviously, you go out here and you work and do this, and this, but the brain is scrambled. So I'm looking for somebody to be, kind of a focus and say, all right, you got it, you're good. Okay, go back out there and rock it. Go back out there and do it. But I think, and men don't have a problem with that, but I think it's the emotional and the mental roller coaster that men have to go through in order to be this for you. Just for you to come back and say, you were never enough for me. You didn't spend enough on me. That ring that you bought wasn't good enough.
If a man has no friends, pay attention. If a man has no friends or only a very small circle, do not get it twisted. That is not a red flag. That is a man who has mastered himself.
Yeah.
A man without friends or with a very small circle is a very secure man. He has learned that quality matters more than quantity, and he does not need an audience to validate his worth. His confidence comes from inside, not from the approval of others. He is not afraid to be alone because he knows his own strength. He is very selective with his energy and with who he lets into his life, and that is a good quality to have. He walks away from drama and gossip because he has built a peaceful life for himself and does not want to let that go. He does not need to be surrounded by people to feel complete. He is comfortable, he is grounded, he is steady, and he does not waste time on meaningless relationships. He knows what he wants, and he does not waste time chasing things that do not matter. So if you come across a man with very few friends or a very small circle, do not underestimate him. That is not loneliness, that is discipline. He knows peace, it is not isolation, that is self-mastery. And men like that are the hardest ones to replace.
The most expensive type of woman is the one who's not going to ask you for money. She's not going to ask you to pay her bills. She's not going to ask you to fund her lifestyle. She's not going to ask you to pay her rent. She's not going to ask you for her money, for her nails, for her hair, none of that. And that is because she can do all of those things on her own. Women nowadays are more financially independent than ever before throughout history. Women who operate like this, they're looking for things that cost a lot more than money. They're looking for loyalty. They're looking for respect. They're looking for open communication. They're looking for reciprocity. They're looking for a man to match her energy, to see her eye to eye, and to be on her level. To a woman like that, money comes and goes and it's whatever because she already has it on her own. She ain't looking for that. She's looking for emotional stability. She's looking for loyalty, a masculine presence, and a man who's emotionally intelligent. She is not out here looking for a provider. You think she's looking for that. She's already her own provider and she's doing it well. So a woman like this is going to cost you a lot more than the woman who's asking you for money. She is looking for a man who matches her. Not her bank account, but her standards, her character, her vision, and her level of self-awareness.
It's not that he doesn't understand, it's that he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He understands what you're saying. He's not confused. He's choosing not to do it. Not because it's hard, not because you didn't explain it properly, because he doesn't give a fuck and he doesn't care about changing. And he knows it's going to frustrate you to the point where you actually just stop nagging him. What you need to accept is that it's not a lack of understanding, it's a lack of respect. He does not respect you. And yeah, some men stay with women that they don't even like because it benefits them. Because it's easier to have you there than to be all alone. It's convenient. It's comfortable. Especially if you're cooking and cleaning for him. Especially if he can beat you down emotionally so that over time, you just start accepting the little breadcrumbs he gives you. So every time he says, I don't understand, he does. He understands. He's acting confused, but what he's really doing is he's testing how much you will tolerate. Every time he plays that game of pretending to not understand, he's just asking you to lower your standards until they are literally on the floor. And if you stay, he'll keep doing it until the version of you who knew exactly what she deserved feels very, very far away. It's a pattern, it's manipulation. He knows exactly how to do the thing. He's not confused. He knows exactly what he's doing. He understands.
Do not marry someone that cannot give you the lifestyle that realistically you want. Especially if you want to have children, really think about the kind of life you want to give your children. If you marry a guy that cannot keep a job or really can't afford for you to ever stay home, why would you have children with that man? Because you might be thinking, oh, but I can earn money too. I am an attorney. I understand your thought process. Once you have children or get pregnant, you will realize pregnancy is so unpredictable. Birth is so unpredictable. Postpartum is so unpredictable. You can have very complicated medical issues that occur during those times. You want to be with someone that can provide during that time. And also, how insane that a man cannot keep a job and provide a decent lifestyle, but you're birthing his children. That is very difficult. And a lot of women are like, but I already love him. And they get in their emotions. And then you might be thinking, oh, but that's not romantic. If all you rely on is romance and emotion for the decision of who you marry, you are being extremely foolish. I do divorce and custody as an attorney, and I can tell you that's a quick way to ruin your life. Just base everything off of romance and feeling. Use logic, use wisdom. Be honest about the kind of life you think your future children deserve and the lifestyle that you actually want. I'm not saying only marry for lifestyle, also marry for values, someone that you enjoy, but you have to consider lifestyle.
The problem is that they want the guy to provide a lifestyle that they see on the internet. So the guy is able to pay for the birth, they're able to take care of the kids, but the women, they want more. They want more and more and more. Why? Because they go on social media and they see other women getting that. Making $100,000 a year is a good thing. You're able to take care of a lot with that, but they don't want that. They want 500,000, 1 million, 3 million, 10 million. They think that they should get everything that they see other people dating on social media.
What are your deal breakers that you just can't compromise on?
Deal breakers, trauma. Have you dealt with your trauma? Are you ready to move on? Some people are still stuck in the past, and I'm not the person for that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Zoe. Why have you popped your balloon on Yaya?
So the reason why I popped my balloon was because he talked about trauma, and he's basically not the one to deal with anyone who has a traumatic past. Or I'm not saying I have a traumatic past, but I just feel like as a man, you know, you should be able to deal with any circumstances and have patience to be able to be like emotionally intelligent. You know, you never know what anyone's gone through, and I just felt that was a put off for me.
How you gonna blame him for you having unresolved trauma? He's saying you have to have gone through your therapy, worked on it with somebody, and have it at least partially healed before he come into your life. Why the f he should have to deal with trauma he ain't helped build? That don't even make sense to me. Why would he have to deal with trauma he didn't help create? She talking about as a man, you supposed to be able to handle everything. What the f she talking about as a man? What his gender had to do with that? As a man, you gotta deal with this trauma.
She has a point. I'm not arguing that. Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate on what you mean by the trauma?
So what I mean by that is most people are not ready to move on. They're still dealing with their past. And if you're stuck in the past, there's no future that you can build. And once you're ready, then you should move on. That's right.
Okay, but maybe perhaps some people need more time. So
I did mention patience. I said one of the qualities that I'm looking for is someone that is patient. So if I'm looking for that, that means I have patience.
Why is she saying you need patience? If somebody need more time to get over their trauma, why the f are you dating if what you've been through is such a... I don't understand. If you going through something, why you even worry about dating?
Okay.
However, if you're not ready to move on, and you haven't dealt with your own trauma, I've got my own trauma that I've dealt with.
Okay.
I feel like it's only fair that you meet someone that was also on the same level with you. It's easier, yeah.
That's fair enough, and that's your preference, so thank you.
One of the highest honors that a man can bestow onto a woman is the title of wife. Not every woman wants to be a wife, but they cannot become wives on their own. Somebody needs to ask, right? Now, on the other side of that, one of the highest honors that women can bestow onto men is the title of father. Not every man wants to be a father, but they cannot become fathers on their own. Now that we understand that both of these things are of very high value, ladies, I'm going to need us to raise our standards, because I'm seeing a lot of kids and not a lot of engagement announcements. And that is never something I will advocate for, especially when that saga typically ends with you all coming online to complain to us that the father isn't doing enough, when in reality, he probably didn't want to become a father. And we know that he didn't want you to be his wife. So most of us don't want to hear it. Like, I don't. Y'all got to stop just trusting these men at their word that he said he was going to be around. If he really wanted to, he would have asked you to marry him. And we all know that, apparently, except for you.
How can you tell the difference between a good man and a player? Well, let me explain how. A good man will put his best foot forward at the beginning, and so will a player. They'll both appear to be wonderful, wonderful men at the beginning because they're trying to gain your trust. The way to distinguish a player and a good man is by setting boundaries and enforcing those boundaries, because a good man will respect your boundaries. And when he doesn't get his way, he won't react with frustration or anger. A player will pull back. He'll become distant, or he'll disappear altogether because you aren't caving to his manipulations, his charm, his charisma, right? The fool's gold that he's putting in front of you to gain your trust. Instead, he'll go after other women who don't have boundaries, who don't have rules, who don't have structure. He may not call you for a week. He may not text you. He may disappear completely because you aren't giving him what he wants. He's not getting his way. Whereas a good man, when he's presented with boundaries and structures and rules to follow, he actually draws closer to you because he wants that connection.
But I guess my question to the lady talking about standards being on the floor, well, you know, he's going to keep on doing these things to you until over time he wears you down and your standards are on the floor. What standards are we talking about? What are your standards? If you're looking for a good man in terms of him being kind and being a gentleman, him being somebody with integrity and character, I feel like that's pretty easy to read. You don't need somebody to wear you down over time. If he's just being a jerk in all things, not just a section like or an area of his life, he's a jerk in everything, especially towards you. Pretty easy to read, right? I think for a lot of modern women, they will allow him to be a jerk if he's got the money. They're gonna allow him to be a jerk if he's got the good looks, because that benefits me. I'm willing to allow this man to talk to me any kind of way, to treat me any kind of way, because it benefits my image. And the most important thing to a lot of these modern women is their image. So if you look at it like that, your standards are already on the floor to begin with.
But not even being the Red Power Ranger could save you from these birds.
What is this woman talking about? His shoes cost more than her makeup.
I am a tattoo artist. I am a Power Rangers actor. I'm the Red Ranger for Power Rangers Mythos Wars. Stunt choreographer, MMA fighter, and I play football as well.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm not a real big fan of the dreads and the ends with the red.
Oh, with the
yeah.
That's it's kind of my staple because like all of my peoples know like my colors are red, black, and gold. So they know me from my red dreads and my Power Ranger helmet. So that's why.
Wait, did they just release the show or are they?
It just got finished casting and we're shooting in June.
Eyebrow slit in the 2 different colors.
Okay. Well, okay. So for one of those, the eyebrow, my stylist like did that. She thought it would be a stylist.
Why'd you let it happen?
What if it wasn't my decision?
Well, you let it happen. Again, impulsive.
Agents, contract, stylist.
Oh, it was for the role.
Yes, it was.
Okay, you didn't lead with that. Now I feel bad.
Homie does MMA, tattoos. Above all, he's the Red Power Ranger. Are you kidding me? Got his own stylist, got all this going, and all these chicks don't hear none of that. They go, oh, I'm not digging, the red tips on the dreads. Yo, my dreads define who I am, for real. Like, the most important thing to you, bird brain, is my hair or my shoes, and then not even being knowledgeable. Like, imagine if a shorty has some real expensive, like, heels on, and you were like, you know, like those heels or whatever. And she's like, nah, yo, these heels cost, you know, $2,000-$3,000. Like, what you talking about my heels? And obviously he ain't gonna say nothing like that to her, but she don't even know what them shoes cost. And then he's telling him, yo, I got a stylist, you know, it's contracted, this is what I do. And to them, they're like, nah, not enough. Yo, hypergamy is crazy in these chicks. Entitlement. Like, I just don't understand. There's like almost nothing you can do to make these chicks happy. And then shows like Pop the Balloon, I get it. They get a lot of views and but you're not gonna find love on this shit. At some point, I'm starting to think this is all for show and clout, but nevertheless, it's here. Being the Red Ranger will not save you. Yo, I'm telling you, you could have all your friends, be Power Rangers, you could be an X-Men, and it still wouldn't be enough for Shorty to be like, nah, I'm not digging the fit. So don't mess with these bird brains. Try to get you some traditional. Don't get you some chick with a big following and none of that, trying to get show and clout and get mad validation. Do you be a king? And that's it. Not even being the Red Power Rangers enough these days.
Biggest lies couples believe about marriage.
Number one, if it's real love, it should be easy. Not. Real love, you taking two imperfect people trying to merge as one, and ain't nothing about that easy.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Here's one. The right person, if I just marry the right person, they'll automatically understand me. Not. Okay? People understanding each other comes from the work that the two people put in to understanding the person. Signing the papers ain't making that happen, okay? It's the work you're doing behind closed doors.
Another one, people believe that marriage is 50-50.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that.
Now, it depends on the season, you know what I mean? Marriage can be 90-10, 60-40. Sometimes she might carry me on her back. Other times I might carry on my back. It's all a give and take relationship. It ain't the same as 50-50 all the time.
Yeah. A lot of people think when you arguments means that you're like the marriage is having tons of problems. Like that's not true, right? Arguments, disagreements is a part of growth. It takes two mature adults to learn how to sit down and work through those problems. And if you avoid those hard conversations, you're going to do more damage in your relationship. You can believe that. Okay, so you got to learn how to work through it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Last thing, just a little bonus. A lot of people think like we get married, all our problems is gonna go away. Not, okay? Those problems just become bigger problems when you become married. So the only way those problems are gonna go away is the two of you sitting down, making a conscious decision of how important your relationship is to you, and you're gonna put in the work, right? Nothing in life worth having comes easy, right? If marriages was easy, everybody would have wonderful marriages.
Everybody.
So you and your partner have to make a conscious decision of where that relationship ranks and the time and energy you're going to put in it to make it a success.
That's right.
So these are just things that people believe about marriage that ain't true. All right? Just our 2 cents. Deuces.
That's right.
They're about to go on a family walk, so this is the outfit today. Linebacker.
Yeah, you look like a linebacker.
Desmond doesn't understand fashion.
In fact, I don't want to understand.
Anyway, I do. Desmond did my shoes completely wrong, but that's okay. It's supposed to like loop at the back and then go to the front. Anyway, so let me show y'all my...
Everyone on the internet is going crazy because Desmond cheated on Christy, and they are saying, how could she? She is so beautiful. They were the most beautiful power couple. But I wanted to show you in this video that beauty is not enough. I am not in any way saying that it's okay for Desmond to cheat on Christy, but I want to give you a perspective, because if we're only saying things like, it doesn't matter how beautiful I am, all men are going to cheat on me, or, you know, you can't trust men, that's the narrative that is being put out by scenarios like this when a man cheats on a beautiful woman. But we actually have to look deeper on the dynamic and what's actually happening. People saying that she can't handle her success, that is not true, because you can see through the whole years that they've been posting, he's been so supportive, and a big part of her videos blowing up is because of his reactions and him being part of it and being funny. If you look back at the videos, in the videos, he does not look intimidated by her. He looks over it. He looks emotionally checked out, and he looks like he does not want to be there. And again, it has nothing to do with her looks because she's so beautiful. It has to do with how she treats him, how she makes him feel, and she does not make him feel respected, admired. When she was tying his shoes, she was saying, "You tied my shoes wrong." The man was in the floor for like 3 minutes tying her shoes. In the beginning, she said, "You don't get fashion." I know that this may seem blameless, it might seem like she's just being funny, but to a man, this just comes at constant criticism and judgment, which makes him feel disrespected. Men feel love through respect and admiration, and through these little jabs that seem like jokes, he actually just feels disrespected, not loved, and it made him emotionally checked out, and that's probably what led to him cheating, which again, I am not condemning, but he emotionally checked out, cheated, and now the relationship is over. This is why beauty is only the top to attracting high quality men. If you actually want a healthy marriage, you have to work on yourself to actually know how to respect and love a man properly, and then choose a man that also knows how to love and respect you, because that's the only way that you will both feel respected and loved in a relationship and actually be able to keep a healthy long-term marriage long-term.
In the Bible, it says, let me get preachy on you guys. Proverbs 21:19 says, "It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman." And basically, it's better to be homeless. You'll have more peace homeless on the side of a road than in a house with a woman who don't respect you, who's fighting with you and, not respecting your space. That's very bad. It's very stressful, and that's stressful of ultimately you. If you're not careful, not if you're not careful, stressful. When you stressed out, your blood pressure high, which fucks with your heart, it fucks with your kidneys, it fucks with your digestive system, causes indigestion, which in turn causes heartburn. And the more you get of that, it causes inflammation of the stomach and all type of inflammation. Stress is bad. And when a woman is stressing you out, that's literally, you might as well smoke cigarettes. In order for a woman to love you, to submit to you, she has to respect you. Women are not going to be submissive to a man she does not respect. Women can't love you unless she respects you first. With women, respect comes first and then love. You have to establish the respect, and you have to establish that very, very at the gate. You have to establish your respect, and it starts small. It starts small, like showing up to a date late, getting an elevated tone, calling you out your name. That's where it starts. And if you don't fix it, it's going to grow. When a woman loses that respect for you, it's a wrap, because it gets worse.
And a lesson is to be learned with the man that went on the Pop the Balloon show. And they were talking about, a lot of them talking about the fashion and this and that. And they really don't understand fashion. My stylist did this, and a lot of times, and it's a different world, because a lot of us would be like, man, why are you wearing that? Modern women would expect a man to understand it. If it were them, they would expect a man to understand that and be okay with that. Well, you guys don't know fashion. You tell me you ain't never been to Hollywood. You ain't never done this. You ain't never done that. They'll say that to a man. But now when a man is saying that to them, hey man, I'm on the new Power Ranger show. Also, I do MMA and I do a few other things. They don't understand that now. Now that they've found a man, oh man, I don't like the colors. This is, well, it's for the show. That's how people, have a following. That's how they identify me, right? It's quirky, but it might not be for everybody, but that's how they identify me. That's how I make my money. It's my identity. It's my brand, right? That's what y'all are doing when y'all go get your BBLs. That's what you're doing when you're doing your mommy makeover because you hadn't had 10 kids. That's what you're doing when you get that little, breast augmentation. That's what you're doing. You're making sure that people, my brand is me showing my behind. But because I didn't have kids or I didn't hit the wall, then everything's looking a little saggy. I got to go get that fixed, or else these people are not going to book me anymore. You understand then, but you don't understand now.
As a wife in a healthy, happy, successful marriage, I've been with my husband since high school. I got lots of stuff that I want to talk to you guys about, so stick around if you want to know how to maintain a healthy, happy marriage. I'm your girl, Kiara Lachey. Let's get it. I did a video about my strict program. So I'm gonna tell y'all about his strict program because a lot of y'all loved that video and I just want to share his side. Okay, first and foremost, respect, communication, and transparency. I'm cool with that. I gotta keep that heat on me everywhere I go. My safety is important to him. If I'm not with him, I have to know how to get back home. We hit the range, trains me on all those things. That's very strict in this house. I was getting my nails done one time in a private suite, okay? He pulls up, walks in, I hear, it's him, you forgot something. Puts it in my purse, gives me a kiss, and before he walks out, he says, stop forgetting this. Yes, sir. I can't wear anything to bed, bonnet, perfume. Period. I cannot carry my own bags. He does not want me carrying bags, grocery bags, luggage, none of that. He says, don't embarrass him. I have no problem helping, but hey, I'm gonna let that man. Sometimes he'll let me carry a little bag so it feels like I'm helping. I'm cool with it. I do not open my own door. He does not allow, don't embarrass. I do not speak ill of him. I only speak highly of my husband. I do not go out dressed inappropriately. I don't be in everybody's face. Kiki, when a man tells me, oh, you're beautiful, smile for me, baby, smile for me, baby. I don't be kiki. I don't do that. After I tell you I'm married and I say I'm not interested, I'm married, I'm happily married, get out my face. Have a good day. I'm respectful in my attire, in my actions, and in my words. Oh, I do not pump gas. I don't pump my own gas at all. I don't even look at the gas gauge. I don't look at the gas gauge. That's just not my problem. He doesn't want me to fill the gas tank up. I don't do it. I let him handle it. It's always full. Another thing, no clothes on in the house unless we have guests. For me, I'm cool with it. I hit the gym constantly. What I'm drinking right now, the Just Shred, I'm cool with it. I look good. No late nights out with my friends. So he wants me to stay safe. I can go frolic all day long, but at night, late nights, I'm in the house, home, cuddled up with my man, and my baby. And same for him. He goes out with his friends, but he's back in a reasonable time, both of us. I do not call him out of his name. I respect him with everything that I have in me, so I will never call him no hoe, no mother. Now, these are our strict rules in our marriage. This is what works for us. If you can't get down with any of these, do it works for your relationship. But this is what we do to maintain our healthy, happy marriage. We have rules, we have respect, and it just works. If you want to learn more, just kind of get a little big sister advice, big cousin advice, stick around and follow for more, comment, engage, make sure I know y'all paying attention. I'll see y'all at the next video. Love you. Mwah.
I think that a lot of times women will respect a man that's outside of their relationship before they respect the guy that they with.
Why do you think
What?
that? You know what?
100%.
I can't. I'm not going to push
100%.
against that. What I actually will do was add to that. When JT and I first got back together, I had like a roster of dudes, right? You know, Chevy was
break
there.
that up.
Had like a lot.
But I
of,
love you.
People that I
put that out
had
there.
been, talking to and whatnot. And when we went to the restaurant with my friends for my birthday, a guy that I had been texting with or whatever texted me like, "Hey, I just saw you walk in. Come here." And I looked at JT and I looked at my phone and I looked at JT and I said, I walked in here with this man. I'm not about to get up and go to another man's table and speak to them and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. That was the first time I respected a man like that.
Oh, wow.
So you saying that a lot of women are with men that they don't respect, I agree with you on that because even being in relationships before that, I never cared to respect no man because I knew they wasn't my forever mate. I didn't care about, you don't like when I do this? Boy, I don't give a...
A lot of girls wind up getting into a relationship with a guy that they settled for. It's not even the guy that they want.
That part.
No broke boys, no new friends. I'm not pushing, give me my test. Ain't no lie, ain't no shade, but come.
Congratulations, you found a clown. He's literally on his knees juggling like a jester. I need you to really understand something. Security is knowing what you want and not accepting anything less and being confident enough to voice that and express how they feel. Being insecure is allowing somebody to do anything in fear they might leave you, which is why you find most OF girls dating people who look like this. They always find a completely weak man who is utterly insecure with himself in order for them to be able to do whatever they feel like doing. And then they wonder why their boyfriends don't protect them. Literally, they just use these guys as shelters, right? Oh, I'm done partying, time to go back to his house. That's pretty much what you date these men for, and we can be honest about it and open. I mean, it's their fault for allowing it to happen, so I'm degrading them as well, morons. It's really not a flex, because you will never get a man that can truly protect you, take care of you, and give you the life that you want. You can find a man that allows you to experience the men you wish you could have. You have the man that allows you to get and dumped by these types of men, but you will never have that lavish lifestyle every day you wake up. It'll always be a fleeting moment, and it will always be a constant chase. Who's the next man? Because once somebody already had you, guess what? You're used up. So now you got to find another rich man. It'll always be an endless cycle of you not having enough. And you thinking that these men flying you out and buying you stuff so they can nut on your back and send you home means that you have access to these men, but you don't. You are just pretty enough to get used by them.
If a man doesn't like you enough to commit, because that's a big thing you need to distinguish, he can like you but not like you enough to commit, there is no point sticking around if you know that he is going to play in your face. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to know if this is going to happen. And this test is so simplistic, it is so basic that you might underestimate its power, but it is going to keep you from ever getting trapped in a situationship. The test is simply this. See how consistent he is. If he is inconsistent, meaning you don't know if you're going to hear from him today or a week from today, or maybe he goes missing for a month on end. Inconsistency is a bright red flag that you cannot ignore. The reason why this is a red flag is because this man is in your life for selfish reasons. He's not there because he is genuinely into you. He is interested in what he can get from the situation. You see, there are a lot of things that men get from women. They can get validation, they can get emotional support, they can get affection, they can get the other thing. His reason for being there is not always because he is really into you and trying to see if there could be something. So when he gives himself away by being inconsistent, run for the hills. He is only popping up because he needs a fix. He is not trying to bond with you. He is not trying to develop the relationship further. So don't be flattered when he reaches out. He's just bored. He just wants validation. He's just horny. And never let a man try to explain away his absence. Even if the reasons that he gave you for not being in touch seem like they make sense, like they're justified, if this is happening on a regular basis, ask yourself this question. Do I want a man who doesn't have consistent time for me anyway? Let me know in the comments if you are dealing with a man who is inconsistent.
You can never, ever be a high-value man if your woman is accessible to other men. Your entire respect comes from the woman you choose to mother your children. If you choose loosely and you choose a woman that you would be upset to see your daughter grow up and become like, how can you be a high-value man if you cannot make high-value choices? If you can't select women properly, how can you expect to be a high-value man? Simply because you made six figures? You made six figures and you invested into women that didn't deserve your time or energy? High-value men have high-value standards. Your values have to be high in order to be high value, not your bank balance. Because if you're authentically proud of her, then you can't wait to have a daughter that behaves exactly like her. But if you're just proud of her when you walk into a room and people stare, but then privately she treats you badly, or privately you don't know if you can trust her or not, but publicly you feel really proud, that is a fake ego boost. That is not high value selection.
I know I'm about to make the Pick Me police real upset with this one, but let's go ahead and get into it. Ladies, it is perfectly fine and acceptable for you to ask a man on a date. What I'm saying is, when there is a gentleman that you are interested in, maybe y'all have engaged in a mild flirtation, maybe, y'all kind of been doing that little dance, and you want to spend a little time. Hey, it is perfectly fine and acceptable to say, hey, it's a movie I've been wanting to see. Would you like to go? I'll grab the tickets. perfectly acceptable. What that also does is it makes you set apart, because most women aren't going to do that. Most women, what we're going to do, will like a guy and will sit down and just wait and wait and wait, maybe throw a hint or two, and then you'll be waiting for a long time. If I'm interested and I want to spend a little time, I don't have a problem being assertive. Notice I said assertive, not aggressive. But if we can take this biblical, if you just dare to, when you look at, everybody talks about Ruth and Boaz, but Ruth was pretty assertive when it came to, making the move on Boaz. She did her part and was assertive. There is nothing wrong with being assertive with the man that you are interested in. And so this is just for us to know, especially, I'm a little bit older. We don't have that kind of time to play, does he like me? What he thinking? And a lot of times we got to stop acting like these men are mind readers. So I say, ladies, go for it. You be assertive, not aggressive. Be assertive and take that shot. Stop being scared and be assertive when it's a man that you are interested in.
And, honestly, I think they're, just kind of to highlight the clip where, she was wearing something short, basically. I think it was, it's kind of short. I think it's the ideology behind it. And I know Chili J was kind of commenting on it. You're saying, well, you're wearing that, like, are you actually wearing something that short? You wearing something that, that out there and stuff like that? Well, yeah, because I'm not dating an insecure loser. Well, somebody who, and that's what I'm saying, a man who has standards and wants something exclusive for himself, because that's he's paying his money for that, right? He's putting his investment and his resources into it. And he says, if I'm putting my investment and my resources into it, then I don't really want anybody to have it. It's like, y'all want men to hunt, but you have to understand that the man is not, he's not gonna share what he's hunting with another tribe. Not unless you're gonna give me something in return. If I've been out all night looking for a bear, I catch the bear. I put traps all around the woods, and the bear, I have to check the traps every morning. If I want to continue to eat, I have to hunt darn near every day, unless I get a good haul in and I can keep that for a few days, and then I'm good. But I have to hunt, and if I get something, if somebody tries to come steal it, I'm not going to put the bear on display because somebody's going to come steal it. I'm going to try to figure out how to clean it and put it and store it to where I can keep it, but then also nobody else can really get to it. That's a treasure. You are the treasure of a man. So when he said, I'm putting my time, my energy, my investment, my resources, my money into all of this, he's telling you are my treasure. And so when you put the treasure on display, naturally somebody looks at it and they say, I want that treasure. And so now he's got a problem, because now he's got to come and fight for his treasure, because somebody approached and said, I like this treasure. You get mad, but you have the treasure on display. Why would you ever think that I got a ring on? But you say you have a ring on, and the ring would say, the treasure, this is exclusive. But what your body is showing is, I'm not exclusive. I'm available to be seen. Well, what about the diamonds that they put in the museum? The diamonds have security guards. You can't touch it. Not at all. It's not even there for you. And every so often you have somebody that comes in, does their thing, and steals the diamonds. It would have been smart, because you know what? There's always going to be somebody that comes through and tries to take what they ain't supposed to have. And a man is saying, listen, I'm your security. I'm your guard. I'm the glass and everything. I'm trying to help you understand. I don't want to put you on display like that. If you want to look nice, if you want to look good, then wear this, do this. But what y'all, and even going to the point of the diamonds being out there on display, y'all are out available. The diamonds are in an enclosure with alarm systems. You're not doing that for your man. You're not even doing that for your close friends. You're doing that for everybody to see. And you're going out and you're in the clubs, you're dancing on men. When you have a man, you're dancing on men, and people and men can come up to you and touch you. They can grab you. They can have a piece of you. So even making that argument, it doesn't make sense, because you're still able to be handled. You might not like them handling you, but you are putting yourself on display out in the open so they can touch you. You don't understand it. It's a stupid way of thinking, and that's what men keep on trying to tell you.